So in this video, I'm going to be briefly discussing some thoughts about Project Luminous, as well as some light speculation on Project Luminous and why it could be a really interesting project for Star Wars more generally. Alright, so why I think Project Luminous could be extremely interesting is because it's roughly supposed to be set 300 to 400 years before the Skywalker saga. So all fans, regardless of age or background, can easily understand and appreciate Project Luminous. It'll probably be progressing from a pretty easy to understand point and going from there. I think huge focus on Jedi exploration of what in the Skywalker saga is the Outer Rim is going to happen. I think earlier rumors were kind of speculating that it would be in the unknown regions. And for 300 to 400 years previous to the Skywalker saga, it would be the unknown regions. But to fans of the Skywalker saga, A New Hope, and all those sort of movies, you're looking at kind of the Outer Rim, like planets like Tatooine and Hoth, that are on the periphery of known planets, but still well in the range of known planets. Jedi are going to be coming from the core worlds like Coruscant, and looking and exploring and finding different artifacts and races and groups and philosophies and whatnot emanate outside from the core worlds, and they're going to be just exploring. So I think what could be really interesting in that is that there could be a new kind of invigoration of the Star Wars kind of brand and ideas more generally, in that it could be kind of like a space cowboy western epic. And that like an older, harsher frontier is being explored by kind of like samurai cowboy types that are obviously Jedi, but it could be a really interesting tale about taming the wild edges of space. And I think moreover, there's a chance for different factions to be understood, and the Galactic Republic's rise in prominence, to be shown in sort of various media formats. I think it could be a really interesting time for Star Wars in that a new golden age could sort of start off, in that the Jedi Order has not been, hopefully at this point, been controlled by strict dogma or directly controlled by the Senate or a Supreme Chancellor, for instance. In that there's probably a higher likelihood to see more cool Jedi stuff. Probably a whole bunch of different lightsabers, hopefully a little bit more in-depth Jedi training, some previously unseen Force powers and techniques, and maybe some like ritual purification of older Sith temples and shrines that the Jedi do come across. I think Project Luminous at large should also be completely separate from the Knights of the Old Republic, and so maybe it'll have some very vague thematic inspirations from KOTOR, but I think for the most part it should remain completely separate. So please don't expect too much about Darth Revan or Darth Bane. These folks would be long dead, and the Sith would still be hiding somewhere in the unknown regions, likely, or even on Exegol. But at any rate, some other things we shouldn't expect is probably like games or TV shows or movies first thing. I think that books, comics, novels is going to be the main focus. The writers on the project are very skilled writers for books, novels, and comics. They're going to focus on that first, and if those are successful and people like those, I think more can be expected for. Like, once the comics, the books start doing really well, people want more, then it's time to kind of look at a game developer and kind of look at rumors then. But until Project Luminous is kind of on its feet, so to speak, TV shows and movies are like a long way off. So anything like that, I think, is just kind of outlandish to hope for or wish for. At any rate, that's about all I got for now. But if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And thank you for watching. Stay fantastic.